it's Wendy, and I am here today to show you how to do a really fun scrapbook layout using multiple pictures from multiple dates and using stamps. So first I'm just going to show you the pictures I have here, and ignore my fingernails, they're awful. I'm about to go get them done by my friend, but just ignore them. This I have marked, so I sort, when I get all my pictures printed, I sit down and I sort them all. So I sorted all these photos. This is 12/9. They're pictures of my daughter in a Christmas outfit, little outfit that I just loved. And so we weren't doing anything special, I just loved the outfit. So I just put that on here. So I have 2 pictures of those. Then I have December 11th, she was playing with her grandma with this big box that came from my dad. My dad sent all her Christmas gifts in this huge box from Wyoming. So I labeled that and put those 2 pictures aside. This is labeled December 12th. Macy fell asleep on my husband. It's just a picture of my husband asleep with Macy on his chest. 12/15, this is a picture of my husband and Macy playing a puzzle game, and they're just putting a puzzle together on the floor, but I quickly took a snapshot of it, and I took it with my phone. That's why it's all blurry. 12/19, this is just a picture of Macy asleep in her bed, and I just thought it was so cute because she's holding this little, I don't even know what that is. It's a stuffed animal. Oh, it's a snowman. And then this is a picture of her holding our new cousin, and this was taken on December 22nd. So these are the pictures I'm going to put in the layout, and my husband just walked in and threw me off. so I'll be back with how I'm going to do the scrapbook layout in a little bit. Hey everyone, okay, here I am with step 2 of this process. I have 2 Becky Higgins page protectors, which have the cool, I don't know what these are, dividers, I don't know what you want to call them. So I've got 2 of them here. So I'm going to just put in my pictures, okay? These are from December 9th. So I'm just going to put these, oh, for Pete's sake, I just see a mess I've made. See this? I didn't realize this was going this way. So this is where these page protectors limit you in one sense, because I have nowhere I can put this picture whole, but I can cut it down. So I think I'm going to opt out of even using this one since I pretty much have the same one right here. I'm sorry about all the glare. It's my light. So I'm going to just go ahead and opt out of that one, and I'll use a different one to put up here because I had a couple others to choose from. And then I have these from the 11th. So I'm going to slide these in real quick. Okay, so now I have those. So I'm going to put this back over here on top of these pictures. I'm putting this up here, 12/9, so I know what's going on there. This is from the 12th. I'm going to take it off this part. Put that back on. This is from the 15th. Put this over here. Whoops. This is from the 19th. Wonder if that's good for pictures, to put sticky notes on them. I really have no idea. And this is from the 22nd. Okay, so now I have all my pictures in here except for this one. I may just leave that blank and use it to do some journaling. So, or something fun, I don't know. Okay, so now I've got, that was nice. Okay, so now I have these, so I'm just going to set these aside, because you see, now I've got 8 of these pockets that I need to fill with something. So some of them I want to fill with like comments on these different photos, but some of them I want to fill with decoration. So, what I'm going to do for some decoration is I've got some Designer Series First Edition paper here. And this is what's great about the Becky Higgins design, is you can use any paper and cut it down to make it fit, and it will still work in your scrapbooking. So I'm going to cut these just a little under 3 inches this way. And then they're going to go 4 inches this way. And I'm just going to do a couple of them. That should be about 4 inches. Yep. Because for video's sake, you don't need to see me do every little step. You can see the finished product. Okay. So now I am going to take this piece of paper and just crinkle it up into nothing. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. And then straighten it back out. Now, if I had a big sponge, I would do this with a big sponge, but I happen to not have one. I'm out of them. I need to order some. So I'm going to go ahead and do this away. I have a sponge dauber here. This is soft suede ink. And I'm just going to sponge the edges and then kind of all over the top of this paper. And everywhere that it was crinkled is going to get some ink, pick up more ink, and give this a very antiqued look. Okay. Okay. So now you can see it's got an antique look to it. So this is a stamp from the Mary and Type stamp set. That's this stamp set. I know you're probably thinking, why is she doing Christmas in April? But the deal is this. I'm trying to get these scrapbooks caught up so that I can start working on my 2012 album. So this is some of the last pages I have to do in my 2011 album. So I thought, why not share it with you guys? So normally I would sit and I would take the time to like color each of these a different color and make them really fancy and everything, but I'm not going to do that. I've distressed this piece of first edition paper. It's pretty. I am going to just take soft suede and stamp these ornaments right on here. We're going to see what it looks like. I have no idea how it'll come out. It may be the ugliest thing you ever saw, or it could just look like an old antique piece of paper. So I'm going to stamp off first, and then I'm going to stamp on. So it's actually kind of cute. You can't really see it. It's just more of a background. So I like it. It works. And then I'm going to stamp this Merry and Bright on a piece of Very Vanilla. Which I had to go grab because I was not prepared. Sorry about that. And I'm going to stamp it in Cherry Cobbler. Just love Cherry Cobbler. Okay. And I think I'm going to use my decorative label punch to punch it out. And then I'm going to take some more soft suede and just ink the edges of this real quick. I'm doing a pretty heavy inking because I really want the old antique-y look to come through. Okay. And then I'll stick this on here. With a couple of dimensionals. And you know, you guys are doing this with me as I learn. I've never done this before. This is only my second video ever doing a scrapbook page, and the whole idea of stamping on a scrapbook and scrapbooking is very, very new to me. And so, you know, this will just be a fun YouTube journey for us together. Because, like I said, I've never done this, so we shall see. Okay, so there's one of my inserts, and I'm going to take this corner chomper and just chomp the edges. And now I'm going to show you what it looks like in the layout. So I'll just put it like in here. And I chose Merry and Bright as the sentiment because that's what these photos remind me of. Oh, see, it looks really pretty. I love it. So, when I look at this picture of Macy, I just think of Merry and Bright. And so, that turned out really cute. Super simple, easy. Not a lot of effort went into that, but it's great. It looks beautiful. So, I'm going to finish up this layout and, I'll be back with you guys. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm back to show you the last bit of what I've got going on. I'm using the Bright Hopes stamp set to stamp these trees with Old Olive. And I added a little bling to my tree in the middle where that star is. I thought that would be pretty. And I inked the edges. Again, this little card is cut at 3x4, and then I just rounded the corners. I'm just inking the edges with soft suede. Okay, and then I have here my journaling cards. So I'm just going to quickly, oh my goodness. Oh, here's my snail right in front of me. I have to layer these real quick. This is the first edition paper. This is a piece of soft suede. This is cut at 4x6. This is cut at 5 by 3 3/4. And this is cut at 4.5 by 3.5. And it's just being layered right here. And I'm going to add some bling. Stones and added some bling. Okay, so let me show you the layout now. Here it is. Take all these off. And here's the one side. And this is going to go. I'm going to ink the edges of... Oh, for heaven's sake, I'm getting ink all over the back of this. Okay. So, quite the mess going here. Okay, so this is the first side. And this will go right here. And I'm going to ink the edges of this. And I should have inked the edges of that before I put it down. And then this will slip right in here to finish off this side of the layout, like so. And so that is pretty much my layout. I may add a few other things, I don't know, but see right here I just hand wrote in Old Olive an arrow going up to this photo with the date. And then on this tree I did an arrow going down with the date. And then I'll do that the same on these two trees. And then up here on my journaling, I'm going to actually put 12/9 and journal what it was about. 12/11 and journal what it was about. So I can know more about what's going on in each photo. Right here. Okay? So that's it. That's my layout. And once I do my journaling, this will be done. And I just have to tell you, like, I would have tried to do a whole 12x12 layout of just these pictures. I would have tried to do a whole 12x12 layout of just these two pictures. I would have tried, like each one of these photos, which are just snapshots of my life at the moment, instead of just slipping them in a page like this, I would have tried to do an entire layout of just those photos. Not to say that I don't think there's a place and time for that. I think it's important if you have a very special set of pictures that you want to really capture the memories of in a special way, to take your time doing a very elaborate layout if you love doing that. But the deal for me at this point in my life is just that I don't have the time to sit and do that. And I love to scrapbook. I love to capture my memories. That is what scrapbooking is about for me, is that someday my daughter is going to be able to sit down and look through this stuff and know what we were doing in December, what she, some of the clothes she had, things she did with her daddy. And if I wouldn't have come across this via my friend Tina, Becky Higgins stuff, I really think I would have given up my joy and love for scrapbooking. And so now it's back, and it's wonderful. So anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and you keep checking out my videos on my scrapbooking with stamps and see how I progress. Take care. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.